Hello, everybody! We are live here on Tales of Initiative with Tales Does Tales, where we here at Tales of Initiative. Did you know it's Tales of Initiative? That's the network you're on. It's Tales of Initiative.
Yeah.
Where we here,
It's Tales of Initiative.
It's Tales of Initiative. Playthrough Tales from
Roll
the
for
Yawning
initiative.
Portal. Roll for initiative. With an eldritch and with a yawning twist. Oh, I'm sleepy.
Yeah.
Sleepy boy. With an
Well, I mean, for most of us.
Tales of Initiative.
with an
With a yawning
eldritch
twist.
Eldritch twist. I am your GM, Matt, and I'm so pleased to be telling this story with our delightfully daring and frighteningly fantastic cast of players. Bun, Haley, Danny, Raz, and Mark. Yeah, we have the full collection here, and a happy September to everyone. While fall doesn't truly arrive until the 22nd, it has arrived here, in my heart. I'm Ugg boots and a
Virgo
North
season,
Face.
bitch.
Yeah, I'm Ugg boots and a North Face jacket away from reaching my final form as PSL flows through my veins. Is everyone else?
I knew it was fall
Man.
season because of Animal Crossing. It's like, here you go. Here's your Animal Crossing recipe.
Amazing.
You can get acorns now.
How's everyone else? Is everyone else having a
How's
good
everyone?
Labor Day? Or as I like to call it, the first day of Halloween?
Is anybody
in
in
fact the
labor
first day.
on Labor Day? Because that would be hilarious.
That would be.
Not currently.
It's nothing here for us. It's just a good old Tuesday.
Just a good Tuesday.
That would
See,
be
you're
living like you
one
do,
day
so
where
it
I'm
doesn't
camera.
count.
The good old Tuesday in the land of well-regulated employment, where you don't have to have union riots to get a weird holiday that we.
You don't have to have union riots to get fair working hours. And, you get a special day.
Yeah, you get a special day for your, so that you can take a break from capitalism for one day.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Wait, does this mean, Matt, are you making us work on Labor Day?
I am. I am.
Yeah, we are
I'm
working.
flying in the face.
Does this mean
we,
that I
Wow.
can shout out the union workers?
we are creative.
Yes.
We don't get a union.
There are several unions that are currently on strike at the moment. One of them is the one that my dad is president of the local for, which is the AT&T CWA, which is communication workers. And they're trying to get, their contract fixed with AT&T, because fuck AT&T sometimes.
All the time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Second that to Boeing. I have a friend who's currently on strike as a mechanic.
You mean the people who chuck astronauts
As they
into
should
space
be.
and don't bring them back?
Yes!
That
Those
Boeing?
ones!
Maybe if they paid their workers a fair wage instead
Maybe.
of blasting up their own fucking CEO salary
Man,
and gave proper working conditions.
I can't.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be nice?
All of that.
I want us to be so successful that we actually have like a lot of pull in like the internet sphere, and we just still fucking clap like that, like James Cameron,
We're like-
AT&T, and Boeing. Fuck you. And now to start the game.
Also,
The
another
two people in our
problem-
audience, yeah.
Yeah.
Another problem, with Texas is that it is incredibly anti-union, right?
Mhm.
So technically speaking, unions are like illegal.
Yeah.
hmm
So in order to
What
be
a-
in a union in Texas, you have to like go through a bunch of different like hoops.
It's a mess.
Just wanted to educate everybody about what a
Want to
Loophole.
break the law in
Texas.
Texas?
What a
Join a
poophole it is.
union.
Yeah.
I just want Texas
Start a
to
union.
be better.
Yeah.
I just wish
Mhm.
it could be better.
it would be nice. But that's why we have two people in our audience, okay? And we're gonna tell those two
Good.
people.
We're gonna tell those two people don't go to Texas yet. But hold on.
Don't go to Texas. And
Support your local unions.
Yeah.
unions, yes, support them.
They're
you
the ones
are
I
in
know.
Texas, and if you are in Texas, vote Ted Cruz out, please.
Yeah.
Yes.
For the love of God.
Please.
I can't.
For the love of God,
I can't.
get Greg Abbott out of there too.
I can't
Yes.
handle. I would like Ted Cruz, Greg Abbott, and Dan Aykroyd, that's not our lieutenant governor, but whatever that asshole is, to all go to like a theme park and be the only ones on the ride and have a catastrophic accident that just takes them out. That'd be fantastic. I want them Final Destination out of here. I can't handle Ted Cruz and his raccoon beard anymore.
Raccoon beard.
Be careful, you're gonna end up on Fox News for that clip.
Fucking bring it on, Vol. If you didn't already know, go watch What Matters Most, where I made fun of you constantly, Tucker Carlson and Vulpine News Network. You poor excuse for media, you pieces of shit.
The state of journalism is killing me.
We're gonna get back on track.
With that,
Yeah.
back on track.
With that,
Shiny
so
object.
Tails does Tails.
Exactly.
Tails
It's
does
cool.
Tails.
No, you are right.
Here's our list of trigger
Not
warnings
Tails
for
of the
today,
Tails.
apparently including politics.
It is time.
Our bad.
You're right. It is time to get to business, and we have plenty for today's episode. I've got a place I want us to get to because next week you're going to be having a very special guest joining us. But in order to facilitate that, I want us to get to a certain part in the plot, TM, and as such, you should all be prepared for a truly wild journey. So with no further ado, no further rage memes, I shall direct you to our sponsor, Nimble, a fast and tactical TTRPG that raised over $250,000 on BackerKit, where if you missed out on the campaign, you can still pre-order this fresh twist on heroic fantasy using the link in chat. I shall also direct you to the Thin the Veil reward, which I happen to owe one from last week. The veil did thin, and I did not do anything, so I will be doing that at the top of today's episode, which we'll get to in just a moment. And I will also remind you, oh patient and eager viewer, that this show features elements of cosmic and gothic horror, including body horror, hallucinations, unreliable narrator, vile noises, unseemly descriptions. I will make you regret your food choices, violence, suffocation, waking paralysis, and some extra bonus trigger warnings for today's episode. In particular, references to birth and birth-related organs, unusual limbs, and unusual body arrangements. If any of that is not to your liking, I recommend go check out our YouTube, where we have VODs from all of our other previous shows.
Go look, dude. Tales of Misadventures. There's there's so many good ones over there. On the YouTube. Go look at those.
Go look at the YouTube. Turned into a Midwestern mom.
Dude, I'm living so mini tangent. I grew up in Oklahoma, and now I am living in Oklahoma again. So
The accent, it's
Does
gonna
the
hit
wind
ya.
accent
come?
comes back.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's hitting me very hard in the Oklahoma,
Heck.
and literally my little brother was like making fun of the accent that has started coming back into my voice.
Ah, right in the panhandle.
Yeah. Fuck you.
It
I know
happened
you're
too
listening, Milo.
sooner.
Fuck you. Yeah. Anyway.
It's a horrible pun, and I'm proud of it. But with all of that out of the way, we are now truly prepared to remind ourselves about what happened when last we told our tale. Grimma's Fist has been in the Seven Demon Jar, an artifact used to capture, imprison, and theoretically execute extraplanar entities. You have been doing just that, maneuvering through the rooms and executing them post-haste. In so doing, you encountered the wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey, teleporty-woody ranger slash warlock. I don't know what that was. Sorry? I'm sorry.
It's
You
okay.
encountered the gun nun tiefling Charisma. And you encountered everyone's favorite undercommon speaking administrative assistant, Pam.
I'm here to help.
I'm here to help. You then...
It was little-
Hey, listen.
Hey, listen. You went into
Oh, no.
what is theoretically the final area of this seven demon jar, the seventh demon, likely the Shadow Empress, after dispatching with her ward, her guardian, her bodyguard, Takudachi. And you arrived in a place that we, the audience, would recognize as a modern-day hospital, but with some strange and unsettling imagery on display, as each of you were sort of put into your own personal hell before escaping and entering into combat with the rat demoness herself.
However, someone else has technically yet to escape from their
Yes,
room.
that is exactly
Yeah.
correct. You literally stole the segue right out of my brain.
I'm scared. I'm scared.
I just wanted to
I'm
make
scared.
sure that we didn't like
Oh, we are
jump
not.
right to the combat
We are
thoughts,
not
'cause
skipping
my brain
Pam. That would be a travesty.
my brain was like, all right, combat. What order are we in? Oh, that's right. Pam hasn't escaped yet.
Yeah.
We
I am
saw.
not.
Spoiler alert: we saw Pam escape at the end of last episode, so theoretically she'll be fine. But let's see how
Theoretically.
well the timelines match up as we go to Pam. This is after teleporting into this new area. You arrive in this weird flickering room. The lights are unstable here, and there is an odd buzz to the air. When you look down, you are in this like monocolored, just simple, like almost like liquid, like resistant fabric. Just this onesie of a suit. And you are standing over an unresponsive, but alive, you would imagine, as there's this little boop beep, boop beep, boop beep in the corner of the room. You see Spider Mommy, Queen Aranya, lying in repose on a bed. There's a clipboard in your hand with notes that you know you wrote, but you don't have any memory of doing them.
What's an EKG?
A metal plate on the wall with holes in it sort of squawks to life. Forced to attend to her for all eternity. I could think of no better prison for you. But it's better than what the others are doing, I assure you. A mercy, since you did not come here to kill me. You're welcome. What do you do? Is the correct face.
Yeah, literally that. Literally that for like probably 5-10 minutes.
That about lines you up with us. All right, excellent. Now you can
That's it.
Exit out the door.
We're
Go.
good. Okay, bye. The room. Can I? Does this feel real or does it feel illusion-y?
As you are moving around the room, give me an investigation check.
Okay.
Or if you're, are you in 5e land or are you in Nimble land with your character?
I'm in
sheet?
5e land.
Okay, so investigation.
Just so everybody's aware.
I wrote down both because I wasn't sure if you'd have it.
Yeah.
If we were in Nimble, it would be an examination check.
Ooh, that sounds cool. Okay. Tiger's eye. And then this isn't like a charmed effect at all.
This is not, no.
Cool. 17.
17. Everything feels real. Like you're touching it. It feels like most of the stuff in here is either metal or this weird material that feels like a too slippery, shiny rock that's just hard and like smooth. Yeah, it's just
weird.
It's a weird room. There is a door that doesn't appear locked.
How does Aranya look?
Aranya,
Like she did when I left, or like?
She looks, you see some like spider-like features, but she's mostly in humanoid form at the moment. She's lacking that, I'm forgetting the name of
The thorax.
The spider centaur. I'm forgetting the mythical name for that creature, but she's lacking the spider booty. Yeah, she's
Strider?
just, Drider is specific to 5e or D&D Forgotten Realms, whatever.
It's Forgotten Realms.
Don't sue us,
That's all I've
D&D.
got.
There is a spider centaur term that I'm forgetting the name of. But she's not that. She seems unresponsive.
Okay.
Robertables has correctly buzzed in with arachnocentaurs. I thought there was another one, but
Love Bobby Tables. He's so good. Honestly, Probably have a little bit of a panic attack because I don't want to be here. I'm gonna test the door.
It starts to
out.
click open.
Can I run? Run.
You run out. As you run out, you run back in. It's just like this weird time loop happens. You just whoop, right back into the room. The clipboard's in your hand. You like look around the room and you can see, like, because you rolled really high investigation on the last one, it is, time has progressed. It's now like several hours later on the clock, but you're back in this room.
Okay. What do I know about the Rat Empress?
Ooh, give me.
What do I know about her? Because I have my... that's what I did.
Yeah, give me either history or religion.
We're going to go with history.
So big.
8.
8.
Nothing.
It is
Not a lot.
It is this awful sense of like, you're feeling like your mind is disjointed. Like you have all of this other knowledge of like, you ask like what an EKG is, and for some reason you know the answer, but you say the words in your mind and like none of those words make any fucking sense. And you can't really grapple with like who is Chitterick, who is the Shadow Empress, what is going on. And there's this weird movement out of the corner of your eye, and you just see Queen Aranya's abdomen like just move a little bit.
That was the
Perfect
creepiest time for that
Perfect
to
timing.
happen.
She exhales, and you just hear her focus.
Is she trying to help me, right? Can I make an insight check?
You can make an insight check.
Also, do my pockets feel a little light because somebody might have, stolen some gold that I should have gotten?
No, we did divvy up that gold at the end of last session, but you don't. It is this weird sensation of like, give me an insight check. Yeah, and I'll fill in the blank there.
I'm just rolling all the dice at the beginning of this episode.
I just saw Haley's message chat.
You said
Insight.
What did you? Insight. 12.
You lean in closer and you're trying to figure out like, are you trying to help me? And you suddenly become aware of like stuff on you, like, but it's in those weird.
I hate becoming aware.
I hate becoming aware. It's in that weird sensation of like you could feel. It's like if you were in like hiking gear and you could feel the weight and like the off center of balance of it, but you couldn't see it. You can't touch it. It's just your mind is in two places, and you see her. Yeah.
I feel weighed down, but I'm basically in like scrubs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, my weird can't use modern terminology description of scrubs. You got it.
Yeah, right. I did. I know. And I know that weird, hard, smooth is plastic. I know.
Yeah.
I got you.
And you, like, you're leaning in and you're trying to figure out, is she trying to help me? And her head just like leans over to the side in that way that like someone that's barely coming to consciousness does. And she's just like, you didn't get them out in time. And from jaw down, sternum down, gut, she just rips in half, and you see all of these pale white spiders start flooding out into the room. Haley absolutely fucking called it in chat. If she's filled with babies, I hate this.
Horrifying.
And that is going to bring the timelines back into merge. You are going to take some damage for this.
Robertables, be a dear and clip their faces for us.
You take 8 points of damage as you come spilling out of the door into the hallway of the hospital, covered to your eyes in all of these spiders just pouring over
Literally,
you.
like,
Haley is sticking with it like a champion right now. And we are properly in initiative now. Oh, I need to get the battle map ready. It's ready for us. It's just not for the audience.
Ready.
It's not ready. It's not ready for them. Ooh. But we are back in initiative, and Pam, you are on the floor. Everybody do the dinosaur. You are fallen out of that room. It is your turn in combat. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure. I'm gonna make sure that is the case once I actually go to the combat screen, because we've
What?
just been doing clockwise order in the Nimble initiative system.
do I see other people?
You see other people.
Is
so
everybody here?
You are right next
Okay.
to. Let me give you a brief description of everything that's in the room. You see Charisma standing over you with a gun. You see this weird rat demon lady. Let me bring up her character art real quick. Show the players. So you see this figure, hulking rat demoness with this long pipe. It's emitting this cloud of green smoke that is pooling around her at the moment, that looks fairly caustic and not at all fun. There is Rift standing there with with her mace, ready to do mace or flail. Morningstar. You were muted, but I've read your lips. Morningstar.
Yeah,
There,
Morningstar.
there is a weird little monkey behind her. Right to your immediate east, there is that little red spot is a cloud of daggers. There are just daggers like floating in the air there, threatening the space.
I'm familiar with that. I know what that. I know what's going on there. Cool.
And then there's Reaper and Sorry, and the shadow is dead, and we left it there. Why? I'm trying to remember why we left the shadow there.
Because the light was there.
That's
She
right.
handed the torch off. The
She
shadow
handed
itself
the torch. So
died.
the torch. There's
but
a
the torch is just kind of flickering there.
There's a torch in that
Ground.
space. Yes.
Oh, okay.
So that is what you see, and you are
Dead
prone.
ghost equals
Chaos.
torch. How could you not remember that?
I'm an idiot. That's what
I
that
don't know
is.
whether. What does Sorry look like? Does Sorry look normal?
Yee,
Yeah. Okay.
yee.
Cute.
Sorry, it's just still all in her furs and leathers and everything.
And for
I
everyone,
think you were there when we
Okay.
resurrected her
Yes.
because I think we missed
Yeah.
that in the recap.
yes, we did
because
miss
it
that in
was
the
so
recap.
early.
Sorry did die in the fight against Takudachi, but got resurrected at the beginning of last episode.
Yeah.
Perfect. I watched it. I did. I just.
And for the sake of continuity, I had a thought there. Now it's just completely evaporated out of my brain. So, boop. Oh, you are okay. Yes. No one else saw any spiders. Pam was the only one who saw spiders. You just saw Pam like sort of
Yeah.
slapstick out of
Backpedal
this
out the
room. And
Doing karate.
you are actually within the little smoke. So I'm gonna need you to roll me. Roll, rigga. Shadow Empress Chitrick. Let's see here. Plague Breath. Yes. Give me a con save.
That was terrible.
Uh-oh.
Oh, but my constitution's. So even though I rolled a 4, it's still a 9.
Oh.
That's not as bad as it could have been.
It's not the worst. You are gonna take some damage. So you
Yeah.
inhale this horrible fog. You take 4 necrotic damage.
Okay.
But then you have your 3 actions. What would you like to do?
Let me look at my spells. Quick.
You got spells.
Got spells.
So then after Pam, it'll be Chitrick's turn. And then after Chitrick, it'll be Rift's turn. And we'll just continue doing the clockwise. Reminder that so the way this is working, we are doing Nimble for like the core system. I'm using a 5e stat block from Kobold Press, and the way that I'm converting that in is instead of having Chitrick do a full turn after every single PC turn, like most Nimble monsters do, she gets a full turn at one point in initiative, and then the legendary actions are just happening when they happen. They've all been Nimble-ified a little bit for ease of use, but otherwise, yeah, that's the shebang.
What's her name?
What's name? What?
What's her name?
Chitrick.
Ah, isn't that the tabletop bug name too?
Tabletop bug?
Chitrick?
The
lazy
Susan bug.
Oh! Did I double use a name? I think they have very similar names at the very least.
Maybe.
Let me
I
see.
just was
Let me
like,
see. That's a good point.
I'm not gonna lie,
Mama.
I thought the same thing too. I just never
I was
verbalized
like-
it. 'Cause I'm like,
I was like,
I
when
think
did
I'm
he
crazy.
show up? I was like, when did our tabletop friend show up?
They're
And
both
then
named
I-
Susie.
I think the other one, if I wrote this down right, is Chikris.
Chick-Rick,
Ah.
yes. So the other one was
oh,
named Chick-Rick. So C-H-I-K apostrophe R-I-K. This is
Yep.
Chitrick. And I'm
Okay.
simplifying that end. It is basically Chitter, C-H-I-T-T-R apostrophe K apostrophe K. So close, but not quite the same.
Yes. Cool. That's fine. I think
Way more
I just got
apostrophes.
myself confused for a moment there because I was
Hey,
like,
I
wait a
bought into
second.
it. You convinced me. I was like,
make
I-
fantasy names more common. Come on, there's gotta be several people.
there's gotta be some Bills. There's gotta
Yeah.
be some
Bill.
Susies.
Pam.
Pam!
Yeah.
Speaking of Pam, what you casting?
So, I was trying to figure out what Pam would do in like a panicked state where you're trying to figure out literally like what's going on.
Yeah.
And I think I am gonna cast Detect Thoughts
Ooh.
on Chitrick
Okay.
to
Interesting.
see if I can gain any more information about what the fuck is happening.
I think immediate surface level thoughts are going to be sort of a basic strategy. Like, they're in close, I'm going to poison them and then kill them off one by one. And like, just this idea of like, it's clearly a fight. She is going for the throat. No one seems to be on the like survive. Like, everyone's in the crosshairs. Do you want to try and probe deeper?
I do.
Okay, so that I believe is a wisdom save. Sorry for bumping the mic.
Yeah.
Sam, from way out there, somewhere in Raven Riddle, normal sponsor. That is a dirty 20, thanks to your adorable chunk that you sent me.
Rude.
I know.
Rude.
And you see her, the last thought you get is like, oh no, the fuck you don't. And she's just like, rat eyes just right on you.
Meet her like,
Yep. And I will
Okay.
say, I'll give you one more thing, because I think
That would be two.
potentially prepping the grease in the wheels of inter-party conflict, because I am a bastard. I'm gonna give you one more thing. I will flay the skin. And then you hear this other voice in her head that you're hearing through Detect Thoughts. It'd be much better if you didn't. And you just see her, what? Ow! And there's this little like black thorn that shoots out of her neck from the inside. And all of you suddenly experience this little like pressing in of the space. Like all the walls sort of bend in, the lights like flicker a little bit. All of you have some level of debuff, and we'll talk about it when we get to your turns.
that's
Major rude.
No, that's kind of cool.
Pam, so you've used, I will say that it's a single target spell, but it is leveled. That was 2 actions for Detect Thoughts. You're still on the ground. And as you are like leaning up, you like, your arm like bumps something soft, and you see like a needle and thread, like that hooked needle for like sutures in your hand. And Queen Aranya is on the floor next to you, like open chest. You see like little bugs skittering around on the inside. Help me. You do not have to, but Queen Aranya is asking for your help. What would you like to do for your third and final action?
I'm sorry. You've broken my brain.
I've broken your brain.
I'm trying to reach into the, what you know about trauma in the workplace, because every time you leave a bad workplace, but then they ask you for help, you're like, well, now I feel bad.
Uh-huh.
I think Pam is at her core, like, a decent person. And is very confused about what's happening right now. So...
You doing it? You helping her?
I'm helping.
Everyone else sees Pam like look at something and get like really weirded out, and then you just see her like doing this like knitting motion in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Pam, you are feeling flesh. You are stitching it together beneath, and like it is this awful feeling of like a spider will crawl into your hand. You like flick it off and like try and mend this wound back together. And that is the end of your turn. And is going to
She's
come-
like a pale kind of like lilac-y purple color, because blackface is wrong. Side note.
Blackface.
I am white, okay? And
Drow
it
is not
kind
an
of looks like
excuse.
she fully like pales out, you know? Like she looks way more pallid elf in this moment. Like all of the blood has just drained from her face.
With that, we are going to come to the Shadow Empress's turn. The start of her turn. Whew. Everyone sees these little like black like thorns coming out of her neck. One of them down on her calf, like just piercing out from the skin. She takes 6 points of damage to start off with. But then she is going to... I will not be betrayed. She's going to step to here. And she is going to... Ooh, she got some bites. She gonna do some biting with those big old teeth of hers. This is gonna be one at Pam with advantage because you're prone, and then one at Rift. So Pam's...
I like that concept that I just rolled over to start suturing.
And it's this like everyone else just sees Chitterick like step into the space. You feel her like squanch down on Aranya's chest, and like Aranya like just retches from it as she leans down and bites into the back of your neck. I rolled a crit, so I'm gonna roll this again and see if we keep going. Nope, just a onesie. So that is going to be 9 + 6 is 15 points of piercing damage and 6 points of necrotic damage.
15 plus... What's 15 plus 6, guys?
21.
21.
Oh!
And then that is going to bring us to the attack on Rift. Not an advantage, straight roll. Another 6. So another crit.
All good.
This
Rift is taking it this time.
Yeah. So that's 6 plus 2 is 8 plus another 6 is 14 plus the necrotic 1. Very opposite. So 15 points of net damage to Rift. One of it is necrotic. And that is going to be the end of her turn. That'll bring us back around to Rift.
Rift has got 3 actions. And she knows it.
And she knows it.
So she's going to cast Wrathful Smite.
Ooh, yeah. That's one action.
It's one act. Is it one because it's a bonus action?
Yep.
Leveled spell?
Because it's leveled spell, it's 1.
I thought a cantrip was 1, a leveled spell was 2.
Yeah. Oh, no.
But
Sorry.
it's a bonus action.
Bonus
That's a
actions.
bonus action.
Bonus actions or reactions
So
are
it's one.
one actions. Yes. Sorry.
Cool.
I'm
yeah. I just I thought that was right, but I
Leveled
wanted to
spells that
hear
are one
output.
action for us are 2 actions here.
Yeah.
AoEs
Yeah.
are 3.
The
Cool,
bonus
perfect.
actions
So
are
then-
1 actions.
I'm going to do that, please.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want to hit, please,
Hit her.
with my, what did I say?
I'm like-
Morningstar.
Morningstar.
As a reaction,
I
can
have-
I use my sorcery points to fuel her magic?
No,
and
but
so-
I love the attempt.
I had a note that I had been hit twice before
Yes.
now, like before this
So
session,
now it's up to 3.
and I just got hit, again. So now I get a third one.
Ooh, and give me a con save at the start of your turn, because you are in the smoky
Oh
smoke.
yes. And I get a +3 on my saving throws. Yee. Actually no. 18.
18, you are good, no damage. Or I think takes half damage, so let me roll that real quick.
Nice.
That is going to be 4 points of necrotic damage.
Beautiful. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, so I now have 4d8
Oh,
plus
God.
a d6.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to make this mountain one with the white, the main dice.
Dope.
I love that.
No, but that's okay. It is what it is. I got quite a good spread.
You do have bless, so if it is whatchamacallit, if it's a 7 on the d8, then it's a crit for the main one.
No,
Okay.
it's not. No. It was a 3 on that one, unfortunately, but high for everything else. All right, let me math 1 second.
Yep. This is gonna be a lot of damage.
29 damage.
Woo! Real quick, does anyone remember
So-
what the arrow upgrade is? I feel like Rift got advantage from someone, but can't remember what that was from. Was that
I think it was
I thought she had bless was yeah.
okay? Maybe I'm.
I thought Bless was the wings.
Bless is the wings.
Bless
Yes.
is the wings.
that was from Bun.
Mhm.
I thought someone
and
granted
that-
advantage.
That arrow. Did someone give me? No. Do we have bards here?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Oh, we
Bards?
do.
Yes.
We do. We
Yes.
I
You've got a
thought
lot of bardic
you
action.
ruled
No,
that
we
bless
had
was
lots
giving
of-
advantage because bless is weird,
do. Bless is increasing the crit
translating them.
range.
increasing the crit range.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I knew it was something
And
like
I don't
that.
remember. I don't remember having anything else
Okay.
on me, unless I earned it somehow. But here, let me just. No, I got the exact same number on that
Well,
crit dice, so it
Haley,
does.
you did it brilliantly.
Oh,
Just roll the dice and see if it mattered. Perfect. Okay, so 29 points
exactly.
of damage.
yes, please. And yeah, so you see, as I like take the big like swing back, my morning star begins to glow in holy light. But it's got like a bit of like a black tinge as it like
Mhm.
soots it straight away, like so everything turns like sooty.
Nice.
And then yeah, she slams into her side.
Very cool. That was 2 actions. You've got your 3rd action.
Ooh, I forgot because I had prepared for the spell to be 2 actions. All right, then I will.
Take another attack at
another-
disadvantage.
Yes, I could, or I could heal myself a smidgen.
You could.
Because
How
with
bad are
lay
you?
on hands,
I'd rule lay
being
on hands
a-
as one action, and you could dump as many points into it as you want.
Cool. I'm gonna give myself 10 lay on hands.
You're gonna give yourself 10 hands?
10 hands.
I told you there'd be an unusual number of limbs in this episode.
Yes. 10 hands appear from my shield and just go, "You'll be okay. You'll be okay."
It's funny because as you put like a hand to yourself, you also feel a hand on like your head, and it sort of like turns your head to look, and you see that dark well, and there is a Githzerai looking up at you, like, no. And it's just this like weird disconcerting, hallucinating moment out of reality. At the end of your turn,
Blink out of it.
At the end of your turn, you get to pick one of two options.
Okay.
You are noticing that well sort of like growing.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to take you more time to move around it. You can either reduce your movement speed by 10 feet, or you could take a point of exhaustion.
Can I ask if losing the movement comes back the same way exhaustion comes back?
Yes.
Can I pick a third option?
No. You could pitch a third option. What
Option
would a
C.
third option be?
I run around.
Grab the gith out of the well?
Here's what I say that I love that narratively as a choice. That would be the second option. That would be the exhaustion.
Okay. If I gave up the movement, could I do it?
You could do, I would say, yeah, you could do pick either one, and we'll do that
and
narratively.
Yeah, beautiful. Then I will pick the movement loss. And I reach down for the gith.
You reach down and you see your hand turn into that like black shard of a hand. Grabs the gith's hand, and you see them like wince from the pain. You'd be dead if it weren't for me. This was just a small little offering. It throws them into the well. Now you're starting
I just
to
like,
remember.
yeah, I literally was about to say in Riff's head, she's just like, see, it's not my fault. It's not my fault.
See?
And with
That was exactly how it happened.
That's
I tried to
exactly-
help and they fell.
Keep telling yourself that.
I will. And then I focus back on Chinrick.
Charisma, you are up.
I'm gonna shoot.
You're
I'm gonna shoot my gun.
And I will say, to inform your turn, because I know that we were joking in chat, I'm going to shoot 3 times. And that's my turn. You, like, load the
Oh,
gun
you
up.
thought that was a joke.
You're ready to go. And you hear this, like, thud of a footstep behind you. And you can see, coming behind you are several of your coven mates. Those zombified nuns just walking towards you from the back. No one else sees these. But your little debuff here, you are going to have to move at least 10 feet. Otherwise, they are going to catch up to you. So you could blast 3 times, but you're going to get zombied.
I moved 10 feet. Why would you do this to me?
I'm the worst.
You are.
Ooh, and also you are within 10 feet,
sorry.
so give me con save at the start of your turn.
I also
Oh, I'm in the
forgot
smoke
that.
range?
Wisdom save for the fear.
Yeah.
15.
Saves.
Okay. You are within 10
Sorry.
feet. Yeah, just barely.
All right.
She moved to get more of y'all into her little smoke screen.
Oh. So it doesn't even matter if I go in the smoke screen at this point.
Yeah, you're already paying the price of it.
Do I
Yeah.
need to?
It's 8.
8?
Does my +3
Yep.
help with the saves yet? Or am I?
I think you're
can't
too far
remember if
away. Because I think paladin auras are only 10 feet right now.
All right, cool.
So that's a fail. So that is going to be 3 points of necrotic damage from the poisonous smoke.
All right. Shoot,
then
I
you-
guess I'm just gonna get, since I'm already in the smoke, just gonna get right up to her
Uh-huh.
and just fucking shoot.
Fan the hammer right into her side. Yeah, do it.
Alrighty. That is an 8 plus 3 if I'm able to.
You do get to add your modifier.
Okay, so then that's going to be 11 for the first damage.
11 for the first damage. Excellent.
I got cupped out of a crit. But at least I didn't get cursed. That's 7 for the next one.
7 total damage.
And the curse goes off. Yep.
Oh, the curse goes off. So you roll. What did you roll?
A 1.
A 1. So no damage happens to Chidrick because it's a miss. And the curse goes off. So you see the gun just like open its mouth and bite down on your hand. Go ahead and roll a d10. Like the barrel becomes this mouth and then just like.
Okay, another 1.
Okay, 1 damage. Ow.
Ow. It's a nibble.
It's a
It's a
nibble.
play bite.
Just a little
like
play
playing
nibble.
with a kitten.
Yeah.
Owie. Owie.
Alrighty. That was your 3 actions. Because you had to move because of the zombie nuns. Haha. And now is going to be Sari's turn.
Yeah. Okay. We're
See.
also
Give
gonna
me-
roll for it.
Sorry, give me a will save.
Yes. That was the incorrect dice. I'm not rolling a d12. I'm rolling a d20.
Yeah, don't nerf yourself that hard.
Oh, okay. That was a nat 20.
Okay, good. Will save. You feel that little like weird like paralysis
Oh, little
set in on your
stiff
body, and then you push yourself through. Now roll a con save because you are in the smoke. Oh no, are you? Yes, yes you are.
Yes.
Oh no, you weren't. You were way over here. That's still 10 feet. Yes, give me a con save. Sorry.
Well, I also moved directly into the smoke.
It's
so-
only a start of turn, so you can dodge
Start
it
of
if
turn.
you were far enough.
Okay. I forget how con saves work when you're rolling with Nimble.
Strength save.
Strength save. Okay. Oh, well, that's a 16.
16, that is good enough. You are going to take half damage. So that's going to be 3 points of damage. All right.
Perfect.
First action, you move up there. Second
Yep.
action.
I need assistance on a ruling.
Okay. That's what I'm here
Because, yeah. Dual wielding.
for. Yes.
It says once per round, roll both weapon dice and choose either result. Does that mean that you just choose one as your primary dice, or do you just choose one as one misses no matter what and one hits?
Yeah, one of them misses no matter what. You basically get double a chance at like a crit, but you
Okay.
ignore entirely whichever one you don't choose.
Okay. That's.
It's an interesting way of doing 2-weapon fighting.
It is.
I think we need to do a pass the phone TikTok about Nimble 5e. I'm passing the phone to somebody who loves Nimble and thinks that this is great.
That's okay, because both of them were crits. So either way, she's getting smacked with more damage.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Sorry's like, I'm tired of this.
Ah!
And that's another crit. Hold on, I need more dice.
Nimble, it explodes.
And another one.
What the fuck?
I
This
love
is what
it.
we've been waiting for.
This
This
is-
is the,
this
this is
really
the
is
big
what we've been
moment.
waiting
This is
for.
the moment.
Yeah.
This is Nimble Land. We like it here.
Welcome to
And
Nimble.
that was one. So. There we
So it
go.
all turns to a miss. Haha. No.
Wouldn't that just be an absolute cuck right there?
What?
Be like,
What?
oh no, the last one's a 1. Nope, it all didn't matter. I'm sorry.
It
Nothing
all
mattered.
doesn't matter.
Yeah, imagine
Okay.
if that was the rule. You can either take it and do an explosion, but if you roll a 1, the whole thing misses.
It all
Right.
collapses
Whole thing
back in
misses.
on itself. Oof.
Yeah.
Okay, so that
I would never
is
crit. I wouldn't chance it.
No.
Just take the
12,
10 and move on.
Yep.
Oh my God. If I rolled that many
13.
crits in a row and you said that to me, I would just walk away.
Mhm.
I would just leave.
16,
Flip the table.
20 damage.
20 damage. Boof.
Damn.
I feel like narratively both of the weapons hit and just like carve hard into this creature.
So I was just like, okay, I'm bored of this now.
Amazing.
And then I still have another. But this
Is
one is at
the
disadvantage.
two weapon fighting once per turn?
It is one turn. It is one action.
Okay. But it's once per
Which
turn.
I think
that
is
you can do
why
that?
it counts it as, yeah.
Okay.
It's once per round, roll both weapon dice, and choose either result.
I wonder if this is like, I'm trying to think about when it would be super good. I wonder if you lead off with like a simple strike, and then when you have disadvantage, you get to roll 2 disadvantages, and like maybe one of them goes wacky, and you get a really good
Maybe
result.
something
I don't
goes
know.
through.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it is, instead of attacking with a main and an offhand separately, once per round you roll both as one action.
Yeah. Interesting.
So. It's a little wonky for me, but I'll take it.
There's some
But that-
cool
it's-
gamesmanship to the dice rolling though that could be had there.
Yeah.
I feel like that's probably as close to advantage as you can get in a Nimble,
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
maybe.
Other than just literal advantage.
Without
But if you had
straight
literal
advantage,
advantage,
yeah.
you'd get 2
Yeah.
rolls at advantage. So
Yeah.
someone with a math degree say how much of an extra % chance of a crit.
Okay, so doing an attack spell counts as disadvantage.
So to be
Yeah.
disadvantage, yeah.
That's fine. Because next we are doing Withering Touch.
Ooh, this touch withers. I'm such a dumbass.
This withering
We're
touch
close.
brought to you by
We're
Nimble.
close. That was a 3,
Ooh.
so that was on the lower end of that 1d12.
On the lower end. Oh, D12? Oof.
Yeah.
But still hits.
It still hits, and I still get 4 on top of that for 7 total damage
Nice.
for having Hunter's Mark. And for our cleric, it's considered undead
Ooh.
until the end of my next turn.
Very cool. I'm gonna put some
For
sort
our
of.
for our fancy people who are coming up after me,
I'm gonna put. She's not frightened, but I'm gonna put this thing that looks like a skull
because
on her.
it's till the end
so
of
that-
my next turn, which means that Rift will catch that going around
Ooh.
too.
Oh, this is gonna be painful.
Yeah.
Charisma and Riff just start drooling. Like, do I smell undead?
And Reaper.
And
So
Reaper,
excited.
all 3 of you, just
Oh,
here's a little
God.
treat for you.
Oh my god,
Amazing.
I forgot.
Oh, just a
I'm so
little
excited.
treat.
Just a little treat.
This
Just
This
a
is our little treat.
And it's a
Thank you.
cantrip, so it doesn't dip into my mana.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Alrighty. Is that everything
have-
for you?
I have just a spell for this.
That was everything for me.
All right. Who's looking rough? Who's hurt amongst all the people that are up at her grill?
I
Um,
have 1 hit point.
Fucking Haley. Haley, giving me that. I don't know. Fuck you.
I'm hurt, but I'm not looking rough. So.
You were not
I'm looking
acting
rough.
unwell enough. I didn't realize that you were not doing well. I would have helped. Oh well.
No, it's okay.
Alrighty. Charisma raised her
You
hand.
won't actually die. You'll just get really tired.
Charisma raised her hand, and you did shoot me with a gun. So I'm gonna use a legendary action to give you a little nibble. That is a crit.
Rude. Reaction, silvery barbs.
No.
I finally remembered.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I had already rolled for the crit, right? I was like, ooh, exploding dice, and I'll roll it again. Honor code. I'm keeping that dice, right? Because that's the silvery barbs roll now, right?
Mhm.
Damn it.
It's another 8. It was gonna. At least you've saved yourself a double explode.
Crit, isn't it?
It's another crit.
You're
So let's see if I keep exploding.
You're still a hoe.
I'm
I'm down.
Look,
I
this is
shit
just
and I strut. I am a hoe.
this is in response to my little explosion.
So 12, 18 plus 6, so 24 total damage off of that bite.
Ow.
Remember, you don't
24. I'm
actually
trying to see
go
that.
down.
Okay, it
you
doesn't
just
murder
get
me.
Exhaustion.
Are
You're
you?
not
But I was doing.
Are you to
I was
0?
gonna double. Yes, I'm at 0. The
Okay.
first 8 was gonna knock me down.
Gotcha. Okay, so you're not dead. You're just dying.
No, just
and you get
I'm just
exhaustion.
dramatic on the floor.
You don't fall prone. I was goofing that up before. I was stuck in 5e land. So in Nimble, you're just dying, which reduces your number of actions to 1. And if you do anything stressful, then it can make you gain more exhaustion. But she gets a little bit of soul devouring. So give me a Constitution saving throw. Or
She's
strength if
eating
you're
your
lucky.
soul.
Sorry, sometimes I forget I'm not muted when the things I say shouldn't actually come through.
I love it. I love it. Don't mute. Stop it.
16.
16. That is a fail.
Rude.
Rude.
Plus 3?
indeed.
Plus 3? Plus 3?
You are
Oh,
within-
19.
That is a success.
Hey.
Oh, sweet mercy.
Haley. There we go. Good job.
Reminder to
Amazing.
clip this moment. Reminder to clip this moment.
The
Paladins.
moment that
Where
Haley
am
won
I?
D&D.
I will say,
Revertibles.
you see her sort of like take this drag on the pipe, and like this little wisp of smoke comes off of Charisma as you see her stumble into the pipe, and you can see like some of her wounds heal up. She regains 9 hit points off of that.
Shoot, gun.
If you're
I'm
wondering
just
what,
like blowing in her direction to get the smoke away from her, like,
if you're
No.
wondering, well then Matt, if she gains the hit points, what was the point of the con save? It's so if you had failed that con save, you would have gained 2 points of exhaustion on top of it.
Ow.
Oh, she's rude.
stay close, I say, stay close.
In 5e land, you lose 2 death saves from that ability. And it's when you go to 0, so it's like, oh, you went to 0 near me? And she heals and like starts killing you.
Okay.
She
Silvery
is
barbs, what do?
a little bit of a death spiral.
Oh,
Ooh,
I
yes.
think I get to give somebody advantage.
Correct.
And I'm going to give it to Rift because I am very excited for them to just go hella smiting.
Okay, I'm gonna give you the arrow again, and we're gonna remember that you have advantage from silvery barbs. I don't know what that other one was, but we're gonna do it. Boopity boopity boo. That was her legendary actione at the end of, I believe, Sari's turn. So that's gonna bring us to Reaper's turn.
Yes.
Okay, so you were dying, right, when she attacked?
She's dying
that-
after.
With the second one with the... Okay.
The soul siphon is a reaction that happens. It's not an attack necessarily. It's just a bad thing that happens to you when you get to dying.
Cool. Okay. I know what I'm gonna pick. Vengeance. You can only attack a creature that you or an ally since your last turn. Deal 2d12, which I am going to spend an additional mana to make it 3d12, plus 20 radiant damage to a creature within 30 feet, ignoring armor and cover.
Did you say plus 20? Did you? The audacity. What are these words?
I'm not done.
My cleric buddy is avenging me
So
because you had to crit.
I have bless and I rolled an 11.
Go ahead.
So let's see. That's
What is happening?
Violence.
and then
Violence.
this one.
Absolute violence.
Okay. So that's
This is literal payback for having a
11.
turn after all of us.
18,
Yeah, exactly.
20, 23, 24 plus 20, 44 damage, radiant
40
damage.
Final count 44.
44.
Is there any bonus for her being undead? Because she's technically undead right now.
It doesn't.
Counts as undead.
It doesn't say so, but let me
Okay.
see in the rules here.
I would assume it would say
I think it
in
has
the
to.
spell.
I think it has to say
Yeah.
in the spell. Okay. I would also like to rebuke with my last action.
Okay, paint me a picture of what just happened here. What is the spell? Vengeance?
If somebody targets one of my allies
Uh-huh.
and crits on them,
Okay. You can cast the
I can-
spell.
yeah.
Oh, that's dope. Curse my critting. That's really cool. You just see her. What does this spell look like? Is this is radiant damage, right? So you're, or
Mhm.
yeah.
Yes,
so
it's
like
radiant.
this like searing mark just blasts onto her chest, like she's just like
I think it's
wilted
like
from
a
it.
big, like glowing wave like water that just slams into the front of her.
Oh shit! So she bites at Charisma, lands this awful blow, and then out of Charisma's wound, this huge wave of water just blasts her back, and she's reeling from it. Amazing.
And I would also like to rebuke with my last action.
Okay, before that, real
Okay.
quick, give me a con save for the poison,
Sure.
because she is a chain smoker.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Nimble, and that is strength. Yes.
Strength, yes.
That's a 16 plus the 19.
That passes, so you're only going to take half damage. And I did forget your debuff, so 2 points of damage from that. And I will say this. At the start of your turn, I should have said this before, you immediately feel like you are back in that room. All of these hallways are suddenly filled with water, and you are like forced to hold your breath. Now I say forced to.
Mhm.
You get 2 choices. One, you can hold your breath, which would mean no spell casting, no verbal spell casting. I don't know if Nimble gets into the verbal somatic materials or not, but I'll say that for Nimble's sake,
It
no spell casting.
does.
It does?
Any spells, all spells have
All
verbal.
spells
you
have
have to
verbal.
be able to talk for, yeah.
Okay. So you either can hold your breath and no spells. You get the advantage of knowing what that first spell would do. Or your other option is just taking some damage. Just breathing in that water and choking it down.
I'll take it.
Okay. You're going to
I've-
take...
Honestly, I'm so mad about the room and what she's been doing to me. I'm just like, fuck you. I will drown, but I'm going to fucking take you with me.
It's that...
You're
that,
drowning too.
It's that weird moment of like, your body and mind think they're drowning for just a second, and then like that hallucination snaps out and you're back into dry air. You take 4 points of damage, but then you give her 44, and now rebuke. Whatever that does. Which, judging by the last one, it's like
since-
plus 30 points of damage.
Well, let's see. I'm 6th level, so it'd be 2d6 radiant damage to a target with 20 feet ignoring armor. Deal double damage against undead or the character.
There it is. There's the deal. So yeah, roll 2d6. Pick one of them as the main.
No, I just get 2d6.
You roll the 2d6, but it's not a save spell, right?
You are currently at disadvantage because you're casting another spell within.
Ah. Okay. Well, I rolled a 5 and a 4, so.
Okay. So whichever one would have been your primary, roll that one again for disadvantage.
Okay. So, I guess the
way
if I rolled them both, wouldn't the 4 be the disadvantage?
you could do it that way.
Yes.
If you wanted to just say that those were both your primary. So then just
fine.
re-roll that 5, and that's the second d6. The other way you could do it, the Nimble rulebook, is like if you don't clarify, like my red dice is the primary, whichever one is leftmost in your box. So you just roll all of them, and whichever one is the leftmost die, that's your
Yeah.
primary die.
Oh, okay.
That's a fun, interesting rule that I
Yeah.
didn't know Nimble had.
So, like,
Nimble
if
is
you had
full
a-
of fun surprises.
If you had
Fun
a
for
bunch
Nimble
of like,
today.
I'm like that's what's interesting because like it removes the gamification of like, oh, I'll choose my D6 when I'm rolling a bunch of other D8s. Like it's just whichever one happens to be left. We'll see. I don't know.
I love adding more chaos into my game.
I like that rule, but since I already did it, I don't want to like be cheating.
All good. No good. All good.
I'll leave it.
All good. No good.
Um,
All good. What am I saying?
So
What are my words?
4. So I rolled a 4 and a 2, so that's 6, and then double that is
12. She had 5 hit points left. That 44
That's amazing.
vengeance damage was monstrous. How do you want to finish her?
Finish.
Can I walk up and then like
Through the
put
cloud of
my
daggers.
hand out on like and cover her face, and I'm gonna say, "The ocean take you," and then like flood her just with radiant water. Just
This
down
water
her
like pours into her mouth and it's glowing and you can see like tears welling up in her eyes and then the water like pops the eyes out and she's just turning into this like disgusting disgusting last action hero water balloon of a body before it just melts away.
Gross.
And the last thing that some of you see, everyone roll me perception. I think perception's in Nimble. Everyone roll me perception checks.
So, yes.
Or am I fighting for my life and cannot pay attention?
You could perception. You could still perception.
I'm
You just
still
have a,
looking
Yay.
down the. I'm
you
still
just have a
looking down the
minus
well.
one. Yeah, you just have a -1 from the point of exhaustion you have.
Yeah.
That is a nat 20 for 20.
22.
22?
24.
24? What'd Pam get?
15.
15! Mark, you cut off after the natural 24, so I don't know what it is, but 24, cool. So, Reaper, Sari, and Charisma all see the body of that rat demon just pressure washed away by divinity. And beneath it, there is this black, almost charred skeleton looking figure. No bottom jaw. And you just hear this unsettling little one step closer. And then that skeleton starts to melt as well. And you are
We're
all...
gonna try poking it as it's melting away. Like, no, hold on.
When you poke it, your finger comes back, and it's this weird, like... It felt like sap, almost, and like it comes away like sticky, and then it just solidifies into this like shard of onyx at the tip of your finger.
Don't eat it.
She's 100% licking it. Like, what are you?
God
No,
damn it, I
no.
said don't eat it.
Stop licking that.
Stop looking at that.
Did we swap characters?
I know. Sorry and Winnie in the same room. We have
I was
basically
like-
swapped characters now, yes.
Yeah.
I'm like, what if we
I'm-
go back and stitch the clip from forever ago where Saoirse's trying to lick the black goop with sorry.
Winnie after that, and then sorry after that.
Yeah.
So all of us
Yeah.
are just
We're all just like, lick it,
Lick it.
taste it.
No, don't
I'm
lick it.
closing the map.
Yes, I closed the map. We do not need the map.
The internet,
Anymore.
it's back.
Ken, how does Charisma look? Charisma's still down, right? Like,
Charisma is still dying
was fucked.
status,
Cool.
yeah.
can
I'm
I?
still very just dramatic on the floor, as I like to
Shall
call
I,
it.
do a, shall I do a prayer of healing for all of us?
Oh, that would be nice, actually. Yeah.
We'll take
As
10
I'm
minutes,
bleeding out.
take a little breather. I will use the second level prayer of healing.
Is Aranya gone?
Yes, you do not see Aranya. Reaper, that's like every
Ooh.
I'll actually
16
say
points of healing for everybody
nice.
after 10 minutes.
I actually say that everyone is still experiencing minor symptoms of that stuff. So like you're occasionally, Pam, as you're like looking around, you see through the open door to that other hospital room. It like looks like there's someone on the bed. And then you blink and they're gone. Reaper, there's the occasional sensation of seeing like a body floating through space at the end of the hallway. And then it adjusts. Sorry, you're either looting the corpse or inspecting things, and there's these moments of like paralysis, like partial paralysis in a limb or something, and then it blinks away. You're all still experiencing this unsettling like proximity to those effects, but without the sort of adrenaline rush and panic of combat. It's not pressing in on you. It's not full.
Guys, I'm hallucinating.
Same.
Me too.
I'm glad it's not just me.
Yep.
This is a.
Is this a hallucination?
What are you touching?
Oh, I have had a finger. I don't know. There was something on it.
There is still a little bit of that like onyx black glass kind of at the tip of her finger.
That's
Yeah, no, that's real.
No, we can see that.
No, okay.
Did Chicory leave any loot?
She did.
Ooh.
This
How much
demon
did
comes with loot.
Her pipe. I want her pipe.
Oh, it's so
much healing did-
interesting.
for healing to
16. It's so interesting you say her pipe as if that's not plural. Told you she was a chain smoker. She has several of these weird pipes left over from her person.
One each.
There is a pipe of cracked bone inlaid with golden glyphs. There is another pipe that is made of black glass etched with these like demonic triumphs. And you saw that one was the one that she blew to summon that cloud of daggers. There is a glowing green jade pipe, and there is a ruby pipe with mithril inlay in various disturbing patterns, a work of pure chaos artistry.
Which one
I
looks
love
the
it.
most cursed?
Most what?
Cursed.
Oh, most cursed? Oh, for, like the obvious answer would be the like black glass with demonic triumphs, but like that ruby pipe is giving you the like kid opened a book that the kid knows I should not be reading this, but I want to read this. Like it's very much like snuck into the filthy cinema vibes off of this pipe. So the ruby with mithril inlay is absolutely the most like fucked up in terms of the 4 pipes. They're all clearly evil coded, but that one is definitely extra beefy yuck.
Just gonna put my hand on that ruby pipe and just be like, I'm just gonna take this one back to my coven.
All right.
Provided
alright with-
everyone's still.
Does anyone want the black one or the bone one? I'm not super fussy, but I want one.
I'll take it.
Which one?
Let's
do you
say
want?
you guys don't want the pipes, I will just hold
Uh.
them onto my purse then and see about purifying them at a future date.
No. That's fine.
Do I know what any of these pipes do?
Give me, if you have identify, that would work, or you could do like an arcana check.
I would do an arcana check because I don't have identify.
Let's do
I
arcana
think
checks.
I have identify.
Ooh.
Yes.
I'll still do my arcana check, but you can also do identify.
Sure.
Just
What's that arcana check?
That is 22.
22. That is good enough to get, let me double check on one of these. Boop, bop, boop.
Which one did Reaper want?
That is good.
I guess we can wait until we see what they do.
Okay, I do.
That's
Yeah.
that's good enough for all of them except
Yeah.
for the ruby one.
Okay.
2 barge just all over this, like.
The cracked bone with golden glyphs. All of these are basically, the pipes can be used once per day to like cast a spell. I will double check that that's how they work, but you can cast a spell with these. They are all basically like cloud-based spells. So the bone with golden glyphs is a fog cloud. The black glass etched with demonic triumphs, you saw her use that one, that was Cloud of Daggers. The glowing green jade one was Cloud Kill, or is Cloud Kill. Which you don't know if it spawns like a big, horrible cloud of poison damage, and that cloud will just move on its own round after round, and so it could be used to like really trap a hallway or like anything like that. The ruby pipe, I will say that with Charisma's Identify spell, you are able to figure out the ruby pipe with mithril inlay in disturbing patterns casts Incendiary Cloud, which, if you are not aware of that one, it is, man, I'm gonna make a Naruto reference. It's the super smart genius guy's sensei when he like blows out the cloud of smoke and then like lights his cigarette and like cracks on his teeth. It makes the whole thing fucking explode. It's that cloud. So when it appears, everyone in it must make a dex save against 10d8 fire damage. It's a level 8 spell.
That's amazing. I love it.
I want that
Damn.
one.
Wow.
Charisma already dibsed it.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Damn it.
So those
I'm
are.
sorry. I'm just collecting cursed things for my coven. That's all it is.
So you got those 4 dope little little pipes, and at that
Which
point,
one did Haley dibs? Which one did
Which one did-
I want the bone one, but
The bone
I
one.
also am happy to give it up to anyone that else that wants it.
what's the bone one do again?
fog
I need to write
cloud.
this down.
I just want fog cloud. Like it literally is like yes, a terrain thing that I could do. This sounds fantastic. So I gobble that one up.
Nice.
And
I cast it
still
right
have
now.
cloud
Not-
kill one.
Take the Cloud of Daggers one then.
Okay. I'll steal the cloud kill one.
Cool.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Oh, no, it's fine.
We'll find
don't
you something fun.
Just gonna stare
Alrighty.
at it for a second and be like,
So Pam
This
got
is so
cloud kill,
pretty.
right?
Mhm.
And then Reaper got the black glass, and Rift got the bone dagger or bone pipe.
Yes.
Bone
Is it a
pipe
thing,
daggers.
or shall I just put a custom item in?
Put a custom item in for now. I will make those in little thingy-mahoozits. You all, or not you all, Rift and Reaper, because y'all were there at the beginning and have like the wristbands. You have the wristbands to this club. You hear Vel's voice in your head. It looks like the jar is starting to stabilize. We've cleared out every bit of demonic trace. There's a little bit still hanging out from your friends there, but I think that's more lingering after effects or maybe magic items than it is any sort of true demonic essence. It won't be enough to stop the jar from releasing us. So whenever you're ready, I think we'll be able to get out of here.
Beautiful. I'd
Can
say
I-
that out loud to everyone so they can know too. But I say it as if I came up with that information, not as if I just heard it.
awesome.
But Reaper knows.
I just let it slide. It's fine.
Reaper's like,
it's
"I
not
don't care."
like it's not like I make a show of it, but I just say it out loud, like as if, yeah, you know.
Can I? So Charisma said that she was collecting cursed items for her coven. Can I try to like very stealthily cast detect thoughts and see what's going on in her noggin?
Sure.
Yeah.
Detect thoughts happens and just gets surface thoughts. So charisma, if there's any surface thoughts to start with that you think are
Yeah.
pertinent.
Mostly it's just, oh, holy, this thing, it looks absolutely terrifying. Oh my god, why am I holding on to this? I already got a gun that bites me, now I have this. Why did I volunteer?
I think I'm gonna leave it at that. I will not push deeper.
Not pushing deeper. No, surface thoughts were like, oh, this is enough. This is enough.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, perfect, cool, good to know.
Someone else also in over their head. What a good to know.
Charisma just looks all calm and collected, just...
Inside.
Everything okay, Pam?
Everything. Are you okay?
I would also say that Pam, you because you're detecting thoughts, you get to like get a little partial sight in on those hallucinations, and you're seeing that like zombified like cleric face like sort of peek around Charisma's shoulder before she's like, no, you're not real, and like push that off.
That's some The Conjuring shit. Like that's. I think I'm just staring over her shoulder, like.
Oh,
Are you okay?
Fine. I'm fine. Are you okay? Are you okay?
I could be better, but with Rift's healing, I feel much better than I did before.
I'm glad.
I just saw
Definitely what I meant.
I just saw something in my notes, and I'm fine to retcon because I think there's a note at the bottom of the Shadow Empress's stat block that says, make sure Rift gets a chance to react to the Shadow Empress's death.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Fuck, I completely forgot about that. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay.
Retcon.
So we're retconning back to the moment, and maybe we'll just say that I did it sneakily.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, no one noticed. So, like, this is, like, one of those things where you get to see from a different angle. Rift, when the Shadow Empress died, she pulled the Archivist from her back belt, and she said, whispered to it, I shall add it to the archive. And I slurp up the Shadow Empress's soul into the skull that I have hanging off of my back.
And normally, when the Archivist talks, it's always like telepathy, the mouth doesn't move. This has that horrible, like the fortune teller, like machine that opens its mouth and just absorbs some of that green, pale smoke before clicking back closed.
Everyone was too concerned with Sari licking the onyx finger.
The weird,
just like, don't do that.
The weird slime skeleton in the middle, the candy interior of this rat demon had everyone distracted.
Yeah.
And I suck up the soul, and now I have 7 days to ask the soul a question and get an answer from it. Or I could also hurt myself while doing it, but that's fun. That's future Rift's problem.
As is your jaw.
That is a whole situation. I'm not letting anyone tell me what I have to do. A contract read over is a contract well done.
Yes, Queen.
If you take,
I'm gonna call my union.
Would that?
What's that?
Would your bones have done that if you took the contract? Like, not only.
This is what I'm saying.
Lose your jaw.
If this was explained that I got a glass jaw that turns into knives, then there would have been a complete agreement up front. There is no faith without trust, and no trust without communication. Communication.
I mean, the jaw would be cool, but they should probably tell you that your bones would attack you.
Yes. I did see that. That doesn't seem... No, the spikes were... Did you said thorns? Were they thorny? Or were they like glass?
They were thorns, but they were like black, sharp, sort of mirror finish.
Okay.
It's like if you made like rose thorns out of black glass.
Okay, cool. Yeah, cool. Thank you for adding that little bit of tidbit, because I did not pick that up. I don't want thorns poking out of me if they disagree with what the fuck I'm doing. That ain't no form of love.
Seems a little abusive.
It is so abusive.
Sari is using this onyx nail to just scratch in like the drywall. Just
is that stuck?
Making little pictographs.
Is that permanently on now?
I don't know. But it's here for now.
Have you tried taking it off?
Don't.
Oh.
Leave it for now.
This is fun.
Just leave it. It's sick as hell.
See if it falls off later.
It gives Sari something to do.
Honestly,
while
we're gonna see if I can use it as a claw attack later. So
I love it.
Beautiful.
And then if I can spread it to the other fingers, so I just have claws and go.
I would like everyone to know Pam's inner monologue right now is, who the fuck are these people?
It's fair, honestly. Does everybody look okay health-wise? Does anybody need healing here?
I'm mid.
I'm still kind of bloody, but...
Okay, then my little monkey's gonna hop over to you. He's glowy in like a very ghostly blue-gray, or like blue-green-ish. And he looks a little zombified, but he's nice. And I will use 2 of his healing turns to give you 2d12 plus 3.
He's nice, I promise.
So he's nice.
Just
He
get
looks
surprised
scary,
for a
but
second, like,
he's-
oh god!
No, he's fine. He's good.
Okay, so that's a real thing. Okay, there was
Is there anything
something over the other shoulder.
Nice. Is there anything specific y'all want to do with the remainder of your time in the jar? or
You can get 17 HP.
nice.
Yay.
Sari is carving out her best rendition of Sari was here in pictographs because she can't read. So the next person who gets sucked up into the jar, hopefully they'll see it.
So what I'll say is I'm gonna do a little fast forwarding action here because we do want to get a little further along. You are all able to exit the jar. You, all 5 of you, Vel, Rory, and Thok as well. There is a little bit of like we don't know 3 of you, but this is okay, I guess. Vel relays
details.
Yeah. And they were like monitoring things in like loose terms as you went along, so it wasn't completely out of pocket. Vel states that they need to go and check in with the powers that be. They were the ones who sort of brought this jar here. It was sort of their plan that you got like accidentally lumped into. Vel gives a little bit of a concerned look towards Rift.
We did
But-
all the work too. What are you concerned about?
If you'll remember, I did tell you that we had found your friends.
My friend.
Shem. Would you like to make a
Haley's not
deception
good
check?
at this. Yeah,
Oh.
Haley's not good at this. Rift is like
What? No,
Is
I
this
don't
in front of
remember
everybody?
anyone.
Yeah. I would say that this is like Vel has pulled Rift aside for like a smaller conversation.
22.
22. It's hard to tell whether or not she's buying the lie.
Yeah, that's cool.
Did they do? Sorry, I'm gonna be nosy as fuck. I'm so
Mhm.
nosy right now. Pam is nosy. Okay.
Pam is nosy.
So, it's a problem. Did they like stealthily do it, or like, is it just like we looked over and they were kind of?
They looked
set
over
off?
and were like in the middle of like a very quiet, like off to the side conversation.
Okay. I am not going to move towards them, but I am gonna cast Detect Thoughts on Rift.
Ooh.
So,
Can I just quickly, before this happens,
Uh-huh.
Haley needs
Go ahead.
a reminder
yeah.
as to what happened. Because I don't remember it being my fault, but I don't remember helping either. So
I
I
will-
just want to know what happened, because maybe I have just gaslit myself into thinking that everything's fine. So this is like, and
yeah.
I mean, if you want me to roll with that, that's great. But can I just understand? Because like the deception roll, I'm like, Haley literally has no idea who Shem is. Like I can't physically remember
Yep.
what
No, all good.
is going on.
Give me. I love the idea. Maybe it's just because we've been doing it long enough that I've like associated with Rift, but it feels like an in-character thing for Rift to do, that she would just like gaslight herself into like believing
Yes.
she's not at default here. So give
Yes.
me either wisdom or intelligence check, whichever is better for you.
Wisdom, because my intelligence is -2. My wisdom is a +1. I'm neither intelligence nor wise.
Mhm.
I am strong. 18 plus what?
Hey.
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
Just to check.
Yep. Just
So
check.
19.
After seeing those visions in that
Mhm.
weird hospital, those wells, seeing
Yes.
that Gith Sarai, Vel says the name Shem, and you remember that Gith is Shem.
Okay.
You remember that, and now you're seeing more of that scene come into focus. Beneath Shem is a drow holding on to Shem's leg. Doesn't
Yes,
look like
yes.
she's even awake, but you remember her name is Kiza.
Yes. I remember the drow, but that was it.
And
They're
You're-
hanging there.
your memory is working
And
in
I'm
this really weird like reverse time. It's like
Okay.
you're visiting the memory in reverse, where you're seeing Shem and Kiza emerge up out of that well, to where Shem is now holding onto the side, and you can see your hand pulling back from where you pushed them in.
Mm-hmm.
And you are walking back away from the pit, turning, and you see your hand coated in black glass. You see part of your body, there is a hole through it and an arrow pierced down through your torso. Again, black glass surrounding it. And you see this figure shrouded in smoke, a white mask over their face, leaning against the ground, huffing and puffing, as your morning star is ripped out of the wound you just gave them. The lethal blow. And you hear that sound in your head. The first clear command you got. And then the memory starts to play forward. You're swinging the morning star down into the old undying master's face. They crumple with a wet crunch. Good. Now, we can't have any witnesses, can we? Take the title and make sure that we find out what Grimma wants to know. You are remembering that had you not made this deal, you would have died.
Yep. All right, cool. Then I keep the lie about Shem, and I don't care if she knows or not. It's a but we'll just.
Yep.
This is where we are. And yes, I keep the lie about.
You've ungaslit yourself. You have remembered
Yes,
exactly how
remembered.
you got this title.
Yes.
You're like, oh shit, right.
Oh shit, right. But I did it for the meme. No, I did.
Did it for the lols.
Did it for
Did
the
it for the
lols.
vine.
It was
Did it
just
for my
the one.
So-
boss. It is what it is.
My question then is, what do I get? Because it's just surface thoughts unless I press
Yes.
deeper. But that if I press deeper, then like So I don't want to do that. So
No, I feel like literally the surface thought as I'm pulling this face is like let's just do an image, but it's literally my hand covered. Well, actually, no, you just see a hand covered in like black glass, like grab onto someone else's hand and then like flick them down a well, but you can't see anything else. You just
Yeah.
see it from like POV,
Right.
with the black hand.
that disoriented, like hazy vision POV kind of thing where you just remember the most traumatic part.
Yes, that's
I get
exactly
you.
it. So yeah, you just see the hand flick as they fall, and then you like get a second flash of like what's her name again?
Vel.
Kisa?
Vel. I was gonna say Vess and then K, and I was like, that's neither of those are right. Vel, I actually see them mentioning them again, like the first time, because they have already done it,
Okay.
and so I just like revisit that for like that second, and then I'm back to just being in the moment of the conversation.
Love it. So I would like to then shift my attention as an action
Mm-hmm.
to Vel and
Okay.
see what's on the top of her brain.
What's on the top of her brain is she either doesn't know or she's hiding it well. Either way, that's not good. And then it starts to blur with, because she's speaking out loud now, and so it starts to blur where her
It's
thoughts
blurring with
are
her.
what she's saying, so you're getting it in like stereo. And she basically says,
Get a little feedback. I'm like,
yeah. Yeah. She basically relates
Okay.
that she and Thok and I'm forgetting the other name. But the three of them are going to go their separate way. You are now at this point out of the jar, and you are in that like opulent sort of banquet hall where you originally saw the Shadow Empress and all of this sort of kicked off, but it is now completely barren. No one is in here. And you're...
Any stuff? Or like the dinner stuff is packed up? Or
It's not packed up. It's left in shambles. Like, it looks like whatever came here after that like weird jar explosion, like looted the room, maybe did kind of like a shoddy job. We can roll for that off screen, what y'all find down here. But you are otherwise left to going your own ways. I'm
gonna sit down at my previous plate.
Finish that off.
I was going to say, can we tell how long we've been by the state of the food here?
Give me an investigation check. Or examination check for those in Nimble.
16.
15.
18 minus 2.
I
I'm
argue
looking
for
at a
nature
clue
craft.
directly.
Naturecraft? I'd
I
take
got a
that.
9.
Yeah. 9.
Well, it doesn't matter
9.
anyways, because that's a 6.
Okay.
So she's just like, meh.
It's tough to tell. It's tough to tell how... There's not like dust. It's not been years, right? You're not missing time necessarily. Probably close to 1-to-1. Somewhere in that, it's probably been days.
Okay.
But it's...
Like a few days? Like a couple days? Or like...
Couple days. Not more than a week. But it is
Totally
hard.
eating my food.
It's in that weird like space that's hard to tell where it's like most of the plates have been licked clean, or at least like, like if dogs gotten stuff, like you left for a really long time, but you left the dogs and they just got into everything. It's kind of that state where it's maybe a little bit difficult to tell how much time has transpired, but on the order of less than a week, couple days. Some number of you, whether or not Sari, Charisma, Pam, decide to stick with Reaper and Rift, or go with Vel and the other two on whatever they're doing, or do your own thing. Charisma and Pam would certainly know that this throne room of sorts is at the nexus point of several sewer tunnels that spiral out into the sewer beneath Wakawa. Some of you certainly follow the path back that Rift and Reaper used to get here, emerging in the glowing lantern tavern, where we see Sakura. What?
No, I do want Rift to, as before we head off, to offer to put in a good word for Grimma if they need work. And that's probably it. Just a quick thing before that happens.
Sure.
I think maybe as we're walking, because I'm just tagging along. I don't really have.
You have my
I don't
CV.
really got anywhere. I don't got anywhere to go. So I think as we're walking and stuff, I would like to sidle up to Reaper. Just kind of be like, how long have you guys worked together?
However long this has been. So, a few days, a week.
Interesting.
Unless you mean Grimma. I've done a few jobs for him before, so he's good for it, if that's what you're wondering.
And I know who Grimma is. Do I know who Grimma is?
Make a history check.
Okay. Sorry, I know you're like, this episode's gonna run long, and I'm like, what?
I need the RP in the scene. I keep trying to cutscene y'all, and you're like, no, I want a little bit more.
Oh! Roleplay.
Just have to quickly say this. Just quickly.
Just quickly. This is the problem, right? When you get a bunch of people who really like narrative-based play.
This is an excellent problem to have, and I'm here for it. What is this history check?
Okay. It is 15.
15. I'd say that's good enough, knowing where you're from. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. That you've heard of Grimma, very well-known warlord in the Underdark, Duragar. So, has been like, most wanted, or at least like avoid at all costs for like several like major drow families and organizations, but has also been on somewhat peaceful terms with some of them. So it's a little bit hit and miss, a little bit of a mixed bag with Grimma. in terms of his allegiances or workings with the Drow.
But he's got a lot of sway. He's got a lot of power.
Very important individual. Yes.
Cool. That helps me inform my decisions. I'm just saying, I don't know if you noticed, or when she was talking to that other person. What?
Did I? Let me see.
Did you? Did you notice?
Rolled a 10, so probably not.
Well, what's your perception? Or, yeah, I guess perception in Nimble.
+5.
15, you would have at least noticed the conversation happened. Maybe didn't overhear anything.
I mean, kind of.
Well, you know what happened? Like, do you know anything about her backstory? Is Rifta her? I'm so sorry.
I believe so.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you, Haley.
Haley popped into
Yes.
frame.
I think we are again an all-girl group.
Not
Can't wait for it.
really. I mean, both of us kind of keep things close to the chest, you know.
I get that vibe. I'm just trying
Something
to
happened?
figure out. If it is more risky or more beneficial to hang out with you guys. And
That's fair.
so I was listening in a little bit, and it seems like something bad might have happened to who she was working with last.
Hmm.
And not in a, oh yeah, it's casualties, casualties of the job kind of way.
Mm.
So I was just curious if you had any
Insight. I mean,
I've been nothing but.
I don't know about that.
I know.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know about what happened before this, but
You see flashbacks of all the
She's
gay
been-
panic moments from previous Grimace Fist episodes.
I mean, she's been very steady, very good teammate.
She's also very
would
attractive.
work with her. I mean,
Insight. Insight.
not to panic.
Wait, Pam casts detect thoughts. The top of Reaper's brain is just like,
I need to be doing this level of detect thoughts with Void over on Wednesdays. This is great.
yeah, it's great. No, it's awesome.
Void
I'm
has
so
detect
excited.
thoughts. Why is it not being used way more often?
Because Void is very polite with their magic use.
Yeah,
They are.
because Void is
Way
not.
polite.
Is it? It's chismosa, right? Void is not chismosa.
Void is not a
Okay.
chismosa. It's okay.
That's respectable, but I am because I'm a millennial.
Gotta know everything.
I do.
Did you just get Gen
And-
X?
The less, the less related it is to me, the better. You know, like.
I don't want to be involved in the drama. I just want to know every aspect of it.
It's funny because literally
Exactly.
everything you're saying describes Void to a T. It's just they've got this very like sideways glance at magic that like I shouldn't abuse that.
I love that.
They'll just
It's so
eavesdrop
nice to have a
with
code.
their stealth score.
I think Pam is like neutral good, you know?
Yeah.
Like, ultimately, we're gonna do what we need to do for ourselves, but when the opportunity arises to be,
We'll do the right thing. Yeah.
do the right thing. But okay. I'm just need some reassurances, I guess.
Yeah, that's understandable. I mean, I'm not one to pry into those things. I have my own shit from before. that I wouldn't want anybody prying into. So.
Everything in my body is telling me to ask you what, but I know you won't tell me.
I mean, if you stick around, you might find out.
Here's a carrot.
I was about to say, there's a carrot.
Okay. Thanks.
Do Charisma and Sari sort of default to following the other three?
Sari has nowhere else to be immediately, and she hasn't smelled a
Charisma's
portal
just, like,
yet,
kind of-
so...
Charisma is thinking that she has to get back to check in on her coven, and that's kind of the only thing on her mind. It's like, well, this is probably the shortest route to getting to what I need right now.
Yeah, I think we're all just following Rift because we all assume Rift knows
I
where
was
she's
not
going.
joking in the chat. Sari 100% pulls out a pan flute and starts popping off with Pretty Rave Girl because it's stuck in my
Amazing.
head right now. So.
Love it. Vel, Rory, and
Bring
Thok.
out my loot.
Vel, Rory, and Thok head their way. And you all head yours. Emerging.
Actually,
Oh.
I know.
Can I
know
get
we
their
stopped.
sending stones?
Do you have sending stones?
I have a sending stone. Can I add their number to it?
That's
Can I
not
have
how
their
sending
number
stones
too?
work.
I know, yeah.
Can
I
I
have a
retune
sending-
my sending stone?
I have a sending stone, but it's to Grimma.
I think it's to Grimma, yeah.
You
wasn't
said we
sure how
ran
it
into
worked.
Sakura before.
Yes. So you've made your way back to the Glowing Lantern Tavern, and now I'm gonna hard cutscene us.
Thank you.
Can I just tell Sakura? I think we fixed your rat problem.
There is this like Sakura is just sort of like seeing you emerge and is clearly not used to that happening. Like it's very obvious that this rat job was like maybe not a prank, but like a good way to catch people that were trying to be do-gooders in an area that's maybe not that much of a do-gooder place. And there's immediately an odd tension in the room, but she is welcoming. She offers you some drinks. And it's hard to know if you notice this, but we get to see it. An individual in the side of the room notes your return and just leans their arm down. A small snake curls out of that arm and starts slithering out of the tavern, down the street, to an unmarked haberdashery, where we see a wide brim hat behind the counter, odds and ends piled up everywhere, a massive map of Kakuset, a large tank with a huge python inside, a cage next to it full of feeder mice, or at least it once was. They're all dead, and a large fat rat in the middle of the carnage. That snake slithers up and onto the counter and into the cloak of the wide-brimmed hat of Noda, the contact that we saw Reaper and Rift get in touch with all those episodes ago. But this time when Noda moves, waking from seemingly a dream, there is the noticeable empty, hollow clicks of puppetry. We see that poem again. The poem that was discovered in the Undying Master's archive. The poem that Grimma knew is the secret to finding out who knows how to kill the gods. 6 eyes have seen what only one knows. One river through which all water flows. Tasked to remember but never use, she withholds the most forbidden truths. Papa is handling a copy of the poem in their study, mask off, while looking at a dossier on Fia. There is a small lock of brilliant red hair, extracted from the cleric who knows when, attached to the file. She looks up from the papers to the massive altar-like scroll depicting the gnarled tree, its sword-like roots piercing a body beneath it, pulling energy up and threw it towards the moon above its branches. The tree that Winnie saw, not just below the Sunless Citadel, but in this office when we last saw the Pebblecule. And as we look at that moon, we fade in and see the inside of that moon. A massive, luminous space. Saoirse stands on a ledge, overlooking an expanse on the inside of the egg that is the moon. To her right is a warbling, glowing light that fills this space with illumination. It is too far away for her to ever touch, but it is close enough to know that it lurks within the bounds of whatever this place is. She has just escaped the vision, the womb, the birthing, where that spiralized eye cut down Bryn and probably killed Finn, too. Where the Migo spoke of betrayal, and Winnie's corpse told her to run. Saoirse still sees her life played out in pictures to her left, in gnarled roots that cross over the wall, some of them branching off into dead places that her life did not go. We see the elf in the woods, learning. We see a city behind that elf as it walks away, frustrated. We see them cloaked and surrounded by new friends and family, and then reborn as a satyr, transformed by her expertise and her bonds in a forest of mushrooms. The bleeding cyst that would become an eye if she let it. And then her current form, a satyr but wounded, wrapped in brambles, and several living branches leading away, wondering which one she'll choose. Saoirse, you can explore this space and ask questions.
I'm sorry, I'm a little emotional. I can't explain it. I think she's crying. I think she's literally like sobbing as she's looking at everything and trying to figure out what this means and where to go from here. Is there anything in the room that, aside from the thing that I'm trying to make not appear in the room, is there anything that like jumps out specifically as like it's drawing me to it?
There's these branches leading off from this bramble-wrapped satyr image that you just have this innate knowledge that these are possibilities that you can choose. There's 3 of them. You see a satyr, horns curling up like the branches of a dense tree, surrounded by these wretched creatures that writhe in pain, puddles of flesh and regret forcing faces into being so that they can cry, connect, worship. There is this feeling of this satyr being a new contender in a wasteland of undeath. Branching a little further off, there's another option, a face made of bark, its roots running deep, and its eyes are as numerous as the boughs above. It no longer fears the pain of failure, just as it cannot taste the succor of success, content to watch through its mother's eyes, while knowing its skin will never feel the cool caress of her moonlight again. And the last one, you first notice what look like tears falling down from another node you hadn't noticed before, but there is this gnarled thing, one hoof in its previous form while the other strides into the next. It is a creature of bark and vine. This branch is fed by a small rivulet of black blood that maybe looks like tears. As you look further up to a node that is disconnected from any of this, it is not part of your history. It is part of a new history, a new future, a new present. You see a three-eyed fairy, one eye filled with moonlight, weeping the black blood that feeds that vine. Make me a perception check.
17.
You see that image of the three-eyed fairy, and it stretches back. There are other scenes behind it. You can't see too far up, but the immediate one next to it, you see that creature sort of placing a mark, growing a new vine in this subterranean waterfall cavern. You can't see much further past that. It's this weird, like, sort of liminal space where the light of that moon behind you starts to obscure what parts of the wall you're not meant to see. But you do still see these bits of blights that are like husks of bodies sort of curled in next to the wall, parts of the wall. You see bigger elder things, these horrible brambles mixed with goat horns, mixed with elephant feet. They're all stuck there, waiting for their mother to wake them.
Do I feel kinship? Or like bad vibes with the blights?
Kinship is the closest you have. Yeah.
Interesting. Do I see Winnie in any of the pictures on the wall?
The longer you look at the three-eyed fairy, the more it looks like Winveer. But you don't see her in any of your own nodes. You just see her black blood tears fueling that one branch.
I have to get back to Winnie. Don't know what's happening yet. So I'm gonna reach out towards the image of like the transformation and just kind of see if I can like touch it, so to speak.
You touch that node, and it starts to give like it's like you're pushing out on the inside of an organ. Like it's just that semi-permeable barrier of blood and skin. And as you push, you could actually start to see light from the other side of it. It's putting enough resistance up that you're not quite sure. Like you don't have to push, like it's not going to give way without you really being intentional about it.
Gonna cast a look back at the nodule that could become the unspeakable swirly eye, and then I think I'm going to like desperately try to claw my way into that image.
This is not a you have to go look at them. This is I'm trying to get a better understanding of Saoirse's state. Does she have any interest in the dead branches? The things that never were? The things that she chose not to do?
She does, but the forefront on her mind mind is the fact of having just seen Winnie die. Well, or be dead, rather, a corpse. And honestly, the thing that's drawing her attention the most is the tree, like being the one where her new reality would be. Tree, you know? Just digging deep and settling in and watching. But there's something inside of her that's pushing her to move forward. To like this is all new. And she needs the other half of her to help figure out what it means. She's feeling very lost. So if there's anything that sticks out, you know, as like a she didn't do that. This is like a wild, like something that like stands out.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's probably just gonna try and see if this will take her back to her sister.
So you're pushing on that one that is the gnarled thing fed by black blood tears. And when Saoirse pushes, it is that focus and will to return that makes a wall that looked like stone, that looked like rock, that looked like thick branches just peel away. In the noise of your own bones and sinew being replaced, in the cacophony that is rebirth and transformation, you hear the smallest and like the little pitter-patter of clawed feet and a door. But you don't see enough of it. Your eyes aren't made yet. And then when they are made, they feel like flower petals taking in too much light. And there is so much happening that you don't quite grasp everything that was there at that first moment. But those around the table at Narcissa's parents, having dinner, definitely notice a change. Because Windveer's third eye, that moonstone she replaced the dragon eye with, is pulsing with light. And Windveer hears in her mind, "Your pile of garbage turned into a weird plant lady! I'm out! Fuck this!"
I'm opening Winnie's character sheet, which is why my lighting is going so bright for a moment, but that's okay. Okay, we're here. Alright. So it's pulsing on my head. I look around to the table, to everyone with like the most devilishly large smile on my face. And is Papa there?
You're at Narcissa's
No.
place. You're with Narcissa's parents at dinner in Gravemorn in Panther
Oh,
You're
God.
having cake
Yeah.
and judging
You're
them
having
for all
cake.
being super fucking skinny.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Eons
I'm like, I have like this smile on my face, and I just like look to everyone, and I'm like, oh, we've got to go home soon as we can, please.
Narcissa, your friend's being weird.
Smack.
Why?
I taught you better manners.
Yeah, I am being weird. I'm sorry.
It would seem as though something has come up. We'll have to make our excuses.
Yes. Can we take the cake to go?
That's totally all right. Yes, you could take the cake. And they quick like
We
go searching for a little
brought
box.
the
We
cake.
brought the cake
You-
for you.
Oh,
It was
They're
trying to
weird.
give
We
it
all
back.
made a cake
Narcissa's
recipe.
Narcissa's just cutting the cake like, no, that's not what they meant. They want you to have some of this cake.
Yes, I didn't mean we'll take the whole cake. I meant I want a slice to take with us.
Oh.
We'll share it.
Sir, yes, that's fine. One of
So
the
sorry.
One of the little siblings is like, oh, thank goodness, I wanted more cake.
Yeah, of course. Yes, I gotta get some cake. Don't worry.
You start packing
Gods
up.
be damned, my siblings.
I'm
Mirk
sorry,
is
guys.
just handing out like sweetmeats to all of the kids as much as she has in her pockets. Like, please eat. Please, here's some jerky. Here's some. Eat.
You start quickly packing up. Back in the Shadespire, Papa looks away from their desk.
Nah,
Alerted,
I don't know. I need
alerted
to show
to the
him.
alerted to the presence of something, and quickly moves down the hall.
I'm like yelling in my head for him to like talk to me.
Talk to me in the room.
Come in, come in.
Saoirse, by the time your body is finally a body, the door is open, and a mask with one spiralized eye looks at you. What are you here for?
Does the spiralized eye look similar to the spiralized eye from the womb?
It doesn't look not familiar.
No! No! Okay, I'm good. Gonna. So, Saoirse, covered in kind of like a black goopy goop sort of substance.
Afterbirth.
You know.
You know. I'm
Um,
just gonna say it.
kind of.
Sometimes we shouldn't say things.
Sometimes we shouldn't say. Please clip that.
Sometimes we shouldn't say things.
Sometimes we shouldn't say things.
That's peak energy for this show.
And she'll kind of like unfold from, I'm assuming it's just like a fetal, kind of like a fetal position. And she looks very different. Very different. For one, she has a mouth, which is wild. Her skin is this light green color. And if you touched it, it would feel kind of like the fuzzy plant leaf texture. Her hair is like the feathered gossamer threads of fungus draping down. Her horns look more like tree branches with like a little bit of the purpley fungus kind of creeping up the base. Her limbs are not tree limbs. She has fingers, like fingers. But she looks up at Papa and experiences a moment of uncertainty after having been through what she just was. And she'll go, Papa, is that you?
Saoirse might not notice it in that moment, but we see a noticeable tension move out of Papa's limbs as they hear the name Papa. It's me, Saoirse.
Is Winnie okay?
She was here just earlier. She's gone, but she'll be back soon.
There's a visible for lax intention. And I do have to note that even though she does have a mouth, it still does not move when she's talking to Papa. It's the same as always. It's a little different. Okay. Papa, I've seen things. I've seen things inside the tree. Am I something bad?
I don't believe you are. But I must ask why you're here. What have you come to do?
Find Winnie.
Then let's focus
I need
on
to talk.
that.
I need to talk to her. She was there.
Where?
In the tree, but she wasn't there. But she was there.
What did you see,
Dead.
Saoirse?
Can I make an insight check
Yeah.
to see if Papa is being good-natured or not? I know I will lose this so hard. But the visual of the spiralized eye is just really like she wants. It's kind of like being traumatized by a parent.
Oh, like I would say
Yeah.
you're not making something out of nothing. 1,000%. You are seeing the face of your attacker that you just viscerally experienced. And something that may make this insight check, and then I'll potentially be able to give you more.
I was cocked. So sorry. Okay. 12?
12.
I rolled a 7. But I have a +6.
It is. You are getting the sense that Papa's genuinely curious, that any sense of urgency is probably due to just like a sense of what the fuck. Like you weren't here and now you're here. You
And
look
now I
different,
am.
but you're still the same. Like there's some of that. I would say seeing that mask so soon after the memories, you were living that memory. It's not forgotten anymore.
Yeah.
And the whole time you were there, you knew you were experiencing something you'd forgotten. And that's not a lie. But you're also not sensing any threat in the moment.
Okay. So I'm gonna take a shaky breath. Her lips part, and it's like there's just, if you catch a peek, there's these little tendrils on the inside, just kind of wiggling. Papa, I saw. It was scary. There was a big eye. I'm gonna see how Papa reacts to that. Like
Just
a big eye with.
Still and listening.
Okay. And I was coming up to a tree, and there were people there. There were people there who were supposed to help me, or serve me, or something. And Winnie was dead, buried at the base of the tree, and she had a flower coming from her, and she told me to run. And then there was this room where I could see. It's like I could see my life, sort of. And now I'm here. And I really don't want the thing that was chasing me to also be here.
Do you think it is?
I don't know. And it's the most honest fucking answer Papa has ever heard in their life.
Let's go talk.
Okay.
Papa sort of steps back and gestures for you to follow, but also offers a hand.
Gonna very shakily climb up from the position that I'm in. You will notice she does still have hooves. She's still got like a very fuzzy butt. Hooves and everything.
I was also gonna say Papa would see if came into the room to help her up all of the empty vials and like a bucket with like a thing. You know what I mean? Like it looks like a child's experimentation with Saoirse in the middle of it. So it's like
Play school chemistry.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. That's what it looks like.
Oh my god, that scene in Suicide Squad where the Joker's in the middle of all the knives and like the baby stuff. But it's like discarded vials and pieces of plant matter and
That's exactly what it is.
Danny put in chat, build a sister.
Yeah.
Accurate.
so shakily get up.
Absolutely accurate. So yeah, that's in there.
She'll look around at the mess and a little oozy black tear will just creep. She reaches out and there's a staff next to her. Matt, would you like to describe the staff?
The staff looks like the Gulthias tree. It is this gnarled black wood that almost looks like it's been through fire. But when Saoirse takes it, it's this really unpleasant sensation as it like squishes. And there's this little like black blood or sap leaks out over her fingers where she grips it. It's like the wood is spongy and wet.
I'm just going to use it to kind of get up on my feet. And I will take Papa's hand.
It's a very gentle hand that starts to lead you into the sitting room where you can take a seat. They offer tea. They offer silence. They offer listening. And they might even offer answers. We might see those next time, but what we see right now is back on the inside of the egg. Back in the birthing chamber. Moving through the forest of blights and stillborn corpses of things waiting to be called on. We see a mass of hands moving in and out of existence. They fold on themselves impossibly until they arrive at that ledge where Saoirse had been standing. And they sort of construct themselves up into a face made of hands, bodies made of hands, limbs made of arms reaching and holding each other and turning into larger limbs. One of these many-handed limbs holds up a pair of garden shears. The tender. My purpose is to cut. Coffin Hepatica has chosen. And now I cut. And with those shears, it cuts those limbs that could have been the tree, that could have been the usurper of Orcus. and it looks at the one that's growing down from the three-eyed fairy. I didn't plant that. And just melts into limbs and moves back into the forest of corpses. Past one of those little dead nodes. One of those branches that it cut so long ago. Past the image of a satyr and a fairy in a mushroom forest, having tea, and not being involved in whatever nightmare is about to happen. We'll find out more about that next time. In the meantime, thank you everyone for tuning in to Schrodinger's episode of Grimma's Fist / Tales Does Tales, episode 16 / 55. We will be back next week with episode 56 to find out more about Saoirse and Winnie, to potentially set sail for our next dungeon, and to meet a very special guest that I am excited to have on the show. Thanks to everybody for tuning in. Thanks to my fantastic cast of players for playing along.
And are you ready for more tales?
Are you ready? Stick around for a raid. The sponsors, Nimble, all the things.
Oh, check out Nimble. It is a good system.
Heck yes.
It's very interesting. You should play it.
And now, are you ready for more tales?
Are you ready?
Always!
Always! Stick around for a raid and goodbye, everybody.
Bye.